Sell these 5 things before retiring. A few weeks ago, I published a video discussing 5 essential things you should consider purchasing before you step into retirement. The feedback I received was genuinely overwhelming and incredibly positive, with most people sharing very kind and appreciative comments about the advice. However, among the many supportive messages, I received one particular email that stood out. The sender had typed, quite emphatically, "Stop buying if you were wondering, start selling." Initially, my mind immediately went to the financial markets, assuming they were talking about investment strategies like stocks or bonds. But as I read on, it became clear they were referring directly to my video about things to acquire before retirement. And you know what? Despite their rather blunt delivery, they had a profoundly valid point. As you prepare for the next chapter of your life, retirement, it's not solely about what new things you accumulate or invest in. Equally, if not more important, is the thoughtful process of discerning what you need to release, what you need to let go of, and what you might even consider selling. So that's precisely what we're going to delve into today. We'll explore 5 specific things you should seriously consider selling or divesting yourself of before you embark on your retirement journey. But before we jump into that list, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Kevin Lum, and I am a certified financial planner. This channel is dedicated to a very specific and ambitious goal: helping 1 million people achieve a worry-free retirement, enabling them to live out their golden years with peace of mind and financial security. To truly set the stage for our discussion today, I want to share a personal story that I believe perfectly frames this entire topic. When I was a young boy, my father served as a pastor, and quite often I would accompany him on his visits to parishioners from our church community. There was one particular elderly woman we visited regularly, and to be completely honest, I used to dread those trips to her house. Why? Because her home was absolutely packed from floor to ceiling with belongings. Every single item she had ever purchased, or so it seemed, was crammed into that space. I distinctly remember towering stacks of old newspapers and magazines piled up for years, sometimes even decades. I always wondered what she intended to do with them, or if she ever even looked at them. Eventually, as often happens with age, she needed to move into a care home. My father and I went to visit her there, and the contrast was striking. Her new room was incredibly sparse, almost minimalist, and meticulously spotless. Feeling a surge of boldness on that particular day, much to my father's slight embarrassment, I decided to ask her directly, "Do you ever miss all of your stuff?" She paused for a moment, deep in thought, before looking at me and saying, "Some days perhaps a little, but most days I just feel free." That answer resonated with me deeply and has stayed with me for decades. It's a powerful reminder that throughout our lives, we are constantly accumulating things, gathering possessions, and surrounding ourselves with stuff. While most of us aren't living amidst towers of newspapers that threaten to topple, it's a common truth that many of us often possess far more than we truly need or actively use. And sometimes these very possessions, the things we can't quite bring ourselves to part with or simply won't let go of, begin to exert a subtle but significant weight on us, both literally and figuratively. This is precisely why retirement can be such an extraordinary gift. It represents one of those rare and precious moments in life where you are granted a unique opportunity to hit the reset button. It's a chance to step back, take a deep breath, and critically assess what truly matters. You get to ask yourself profound questions. What do I genuinely want to keep in my life? What do I want to actively carry with me into this exciting next stage? So yes, there are certainly worthwhile things to acquire before you retire, and I've covered those in a previous video. But today, our focus is squarely on the opposite side of that coin. 5 significant things you should thoughtfully consider selling or letting go of before you enter your retirement years. And just as a heads up, I have a feeling that the third item on our list might just ruffle a few feathers or at least spark some very interesting discussions. So I'll be particularly keen to hear your thoughts and comments on that one. Let's begin with what might seem like the most obvious candidate for downsizing: the house that's too big. As you transition into retirement, you might find that you simply no longer need a sprawling 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom house. Perhaps the children have long since grown up and moved out, leaving behind empty rooms. That once vibrant guest room may not have seen a visitor since well before 2019. Downsizing your home isn't just about reducing your physical footprint. It can unlock a cascade of significant benefits. Firstly, you'll likely experience much lower maintenance costs. Fewer rooms to clean, fewer repairs to manage. Property taxes, a recurring annual expense, will also typically decrease. Your utility bills, covering heating, cooling, and electricity for a smaller space, will almost certainly shrink, putting more money back into your pocket each month. All of these financial savings combine to offer you a profound sense of freedom and flexibility in your retirement budget. But the advantages don't stop there. By downsizing, you could potentially release a substantial portion of your home equity. For many retirees, their home represents one of their largest and most significant assets. Tapping into that equity can provide a considerable cash infusion, which can then be strategically used. This cash could fund those long dreamed of travel plans, allowing you to explore the world without financial strain. Alternatively, it could be invested to generate additional future income, providing another steady stream of funds throughout your retirement. Or it could even be earmarked as a legacy to leave for future generations, ensuring your family's financial well-being. There's a remarkable ripple effect that occurs when you lower your overall cost of living, particularly when it comes to housing. When you're not spending nearly as much time, energy, and money on maintaining a large home, your financial obligations decrease across the board. This reduction in expenses might mean you don't need to withdraw as much from your IRA or other retirement accounts each year. This, in turn, could have the added benefit of potentially keeping you in a lower tax bracket, further maximizing your retirement income and allowing your savings to last longer. Now, I understand this advice isn't universally applicable. For some individuals, their home is a deeply cherished sanctuary, a place filled with precious memories, and they wouldn't dream of leaving it. Many of you watching this video undoubtedly love your homes and aspire to age in place, to remain in that beloved house for the rest of your lives, perhaps even, as the saying goes, be carried out feet first. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that deeply personal choice. However, I've had numerous clients and countless people I've spoken with who candidly share that what once felt like their dream home gradually begins to feel more like an overwhelming burden as they age. Maintaining a large property can become increasingly challenging physically, and the sheer volume of things to upkeep, repair, or replace can feel like a never-ending task. I often reflect on my own experience as a homeowner. One of the most surprising revelations for me has been just how many things can and do break in any given year. Sometimes, even outside of the context of retirement planning, it feels like simply keeping my house in good order is a part-time job in itself. The time and energy spent on home maintenance could very well be redirected towards more fulfilling activities during retirement. So, as you contemplate what you might let go of, a crucial first question to consider is whether downsizing your home aligns with your vision for a carefree and enjoyable retirement. That second or third car. Moving on from your living space, let's turn our attention to your transportation. You might want to seriously consider selling that second, or in some cases, even a third car, especially if you're no longer commuting to a job every day. The fundamental question is, do you truly need more than one vehicle in your household during retirement? When you decide to sell a car, the financial benefits are immediate and substantial. You instantly reduce your car insurance premiums, which can be a significant monthly saving. Your annual registration fees will decrease, putting more money back into your pocket. And perhaps most importantly, you eliminate the ongoing maintenance costs, which can range from routine oil changes and tire rotations to unexpected and often expensive repairs. Furthermore, you're no longer tying up capital in a depreciating asset that's simply sitting idly in your driveway or garage, losing value with each passing day. In retirement, convenience certainly matters, and I fully acknowledge that. For a two-person household, having two cars undoubtedly offers a degree of flexibility and ease. However, so does a healthy and robust cash flow. There's a delicate balance to strike between ultimate convenience and maximizing your financial freedom. To give you a personal example, my wife and I have successfully managed to live in the sprawling city of Los Angeles with just one car for the past 5 years. Our primary motivation for doing so has been to significantly reduce our overall expenses. While we may eventually reach a point where a second car becomes necessary, particularly as our daughter gets older and her activities expand, our experience demonstrates that it is indeed doable, even in a car-centric city like LA. It has admittedly required some negotiation and planning between us, and it's certainly not a solution for everyone. Not every household needs to reduce down to a single vehicle, but as you envision what this next stage of life looks like and strive to make your retirement budget work effectively, downsizing your home and potentially transitioning to one car are two of the most impactful ways you can begin to substantially reduce your recurring expenses. This becomes even more critical in an era where the cost of car insurance continues to climb steadily. By having only one vehicle, you not only improve your monthly cash flow, but also free up more of your hard-earned money to spend on experiences, hobbies, and the things that genuinely bring you joy and value during your retirement years, rather than on the upkeep of an underutilized asset. So the first key consideration is downsizing your home, and the second is evaluating the necessity of that extra car. Overly complex or high-fee investments. Now, let's shift gears quite significantly from physical assets like homes and cars to something entirely different, yet equally, if not more, crucial for a secure and peaceful retirement: your financial portfolio. The third item on our list to consider selling or letting go of is overly complex investments, particularly those burdened with high fees. While this isn't a tangible object you can physically touch or store, it directly impacts your financial well-being and peace of mind during retirement. What kind of investments am I talking about? Well, it could be that old variable annuity with its opaque layers of fees and complex riders that you might not even fully understand. Or perhaps it's that whole life insurance policy your cousin sold you years ago, which you've diligently been paying premiums on for 25 years, only to find its actual value and utility are less than ideal for retirement income. It might also include certain mutual funds that charge annual fees exceeding 1%, percentages that over decades can eat away a substantial portion of your returns. And let's not forget about private equity funds that send those confusing K-1 tax forms every March, adding layers of tax complexity to your life. These types of financial instruments often come with a double whammy. Not only do they typically have higher fees, significantly eroding your investment returns over time, but they also introduce unnecessary complexity into your financial life. This complexity translates into more paperwork, more time spent understanding intricate statements, and more stress about whether these investments are truly serving your best interests. I recall a client who had spent his entire career working on Wall Street, giving him access to every sophisticated and intricate investment option imaginable. Yet, when he came to me for retirement planning, he had already taken the proactive step of selling off almost everything. He had consolidated his money into simple, low-cost index funds. His rationale was clear. The marginal benefits, if any, of those complex, high-fee strategies simply weren't worth the exorbitant costs and the added stress of managing them, especially as he approached retirement. And here's a fundamental truth about the financial industry. A lot of times, the more complex a product is, the better it often is for the person selling it, not necessarily for the person buying it. In retirement, two principles consistently win the day: simplicity and cost efficiency. You want your money working for you as effectively as possible, with minimal drag from fees and minimal headaches from complicated structures. This isn't just about decluttering your physical space, like your garage. It's profoundly about simplifying and decluttering your entire financial future, creating a clear, easy-to-manage path to your retirement goals. While we're on the subject of simplifying your financial life, I often encounter individuals who have their money scattered across 10, 15, or even more different accounts at multiple financial institutions. This fragmentation creates unnecessary complexity and makes it challenging to get a clear, consolidated view of your overall financial picture. My strong encouragement to you would be to begin consolidating. If you have multiple IRAs, consider rolling them all into one single IRA. Gather all your accounts from various companies and aim to consolidate everything with one or, at most, two trusted financial institutions. The more you can streamline and simplify your financial arrangements as you move into retirement, the easier and less stressful your life will ultimately become. Before we continue, I just want to take a quick moment to express my sincere gratitude. If you're finding this content helpful and valuable, please do me a small favor and hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. It genuinely helps with the YouTube algorithm, ensuring more people can discover and benefit from this information. And I won't lie, it's also a nice boost for my ego to know this content resonates with you. Your engagement truly does help me understand that you appreciate what I'm sharing. Unused toys. Next on our list, at number 4, is to sell or simply get rid of your unused toys. I'm referring to those recreational vehicles and big-ticket items that once brought excitement, but now mostly just sit idle. Think about that RV that only sees the road once a year, the boat that's docked and gathering dust, the ATVs or motorcycles that rarely leave the garage, or that timeshare you bought years ago but haven't used in ages. And let's not forget about that jet ski that has been sitting untouched in your garage since 2016, a silent monument to past hobbies. These types of assets share a common characteristic. They lose value over time, often quite rapidly, through depreciation. But more insidiously, they usually come with a host of sneaky, ongoing costs that you might not even fully realize you're paying. We're talking about annual registration fees, insurance premiums that add up, maintenance costs for things that sit unused because even sitting can cause wear and tear, and often storage fees if you don't have space for them at home. Selling these unused toys can provide your retirement fund with a welcome financial boost of cash. This capital could be strategically used to further build up your retirement savings, helping you feel more secure, or it could be applied to pay off existing debts, freeing you from financial burdens. But beyond the purely financial benefits, there's a profound psychological advantage. It can feel incredibly liberating. While this particular video isn't primarily about decluttering your entire house, I actually did a whole separate video on that topic a while back. If I were to add a subpoint here, it would be to actively declutter your garage and other storage spaces of those accumulated toys and items. They aren't just taking up physical space, they occupy valuable mental space, creating a subtle, underlying stress about their upkeep, their value, and their ultimate purpose. Reflecting on the story of the older woman I visited as a child, with her house packed floor to ceiling, it becomes clear how physical possessions can, over time, begin to weigh us down. These unused items in our homes and garages are doing the same. They consume mental energy, whether you're consciously aware of it or not, and they certainly consume literal space. While I won't dive deeply into home decluttering here, as I have that dedicated video that offers practical steps and addresses the emotional aspects of letting go of items with sentimental attachment, it's a closely related concept. I've consistently heard from countless individuals that once they take that courageous step to declutter and release possessions, they rarely, if ever, regret the profound sense of lightness and freedom they gain afterward. The initial emotional challenge of parting with items, even those with sentimental value, is almost always overshadowed by the lasting feeling of liberation and clarity. That side business or rental property. Finally, at number 5, it might be the opportune moment to consider selling that side business or rental property you own. For many years, these ventures have likely served as excellent income streams, contributing significantly to your financial stability and growth. However, as you transition into retirement, their nature can fundamentally shift. What was once a productive asset can sometimes transform into something quite different, a time-consuming, stressful, and often illiquid stress machine. I believe I read that term somewhere, and it perfectly encapsulates the feeling. It's time to ask yourself a critical question. Does this side business or rental property still bring you joy and a sense of purpose, or has it become just another source of paperwork, administrative tasks, and ongoing stress? In many cases, especially when the market is strong, selling these assets can be a strategic move that turns complexity into much-needed simplicity. I had a client who owned a duplex which had been a solid income generator for years. They made the decision to sell it, and they used the proceeds to fundamentally simplify their lives. No more dealing with tenants, no more receiving those dreaded 2 a.m. plumbing emergency calls. They effectively traded the bricks and mortar of that property and the associated stress for a priceless combination of financial freedom, unparalleled peace of mind, and the ability to use that capital to fully support their retirement lifestyle. Now, let me be very clear, there is absolutely nothing inherently wrong with having a side business that you love and that continues to thrive in retirement. And there's certainly nothing wrong with supporting your retirement through real estate investments. A great many successful retirees do just that. However, I frequently observe a couple of common issues. Often, people become over-concentrated in one asset class. Their entire retirement plan might be heavily reliant on real estate values continuing to appreciate or rental units consistently remaining occupied and profitable. This creates a concentrated risk that may not be ideal for retirement. Additionally, these ventures tend to add complexity to one's life. So it's worth taking a hard look and asking, is the inherent complexity and concentrated risk truly worth it for you at this stage of your life? The answer might be yes, and that's perfectly fine. But it might also be that it's time to let it go and reallocate that capital and energy elsewhere. As I've stressed, this isn't universal advice for everyone, but it's a consideration well worth exploring. So, these are just 5 practical things you might want to contemplate selling or releasing as you approach the significant milestone of retirement. It's crucial to understand that the purpose of this discussion isn't to deprive yourself or to suggest getting rid of anything that genuinely holds deep meaning or value for you. Quite the opposite, in fact. The underlying intention is to create more literal and figurative room in your life for what truly matters most, those experiences, relationships, and personal pursuits that will bring you the greatest fulfillment during your golden years. As I mentioned earlier, if approached thoughtfully and strategically, retirement offers a profound opportunity to hit the reset button on your life. It's a prime time to ask yourself those deeper questions. What do I truly want to do with this precious new chapter of my life? What are my core values, and how do I want to align my daily living with them? It's an excellent period for introspection, to critically evaluate whether the large house you own, the multiple cars you maintain, the accumulated clutter in your home, and the recreational toys you possess are truly things you wish to carry with you into this next exciting stage of life. Or do you see this as an ideal moment to reset, reevaluate, and redirect your resources and energy towards what you genuinely care about, creating a more intentional and joyful existence? I genuinely love to hear from you in the comments section below. I have 2 quick questions I'm particularly interested in. What would be the single hardest thing for you to sell or let go of as you prepare for retirement? And conversely, what do you imagine would be the most freeing thing for you to sell or declutter? Furthermore, if you've already embarked on the journey of selling things, decluttering, or downsizing in preparation for retirement, please share your experience. Was it a positive decision? Were there any unexpected challenges? Your insights are incredibly valuable, not just to me, but also to the many other viewers who watch this channel. I always make an effort to read as many comments as possible, especially in the early stages after a video is released. Your thoughts contribute to a wonderful community of shared learning and support. Finally, to complement today's discussion, I've curated a special playlist. It includes the original video I mentioned at the outset, 5 things you should buy as you prepare to retire, and another video I created about a year ago, which offers practical steps and guidance on how to effectively declutter your home, particularly when dealing with items that have sentimental attachments. You can find that playlist linked right here, and I encourage you to watch both videos to get a comprehensive perspective on preparing for a truly fulfilling retirement.